I kind of want to see Glamshop and Bevnovich get into a ring and duke it out as the contender for Europe's prettiest indie eyeshadows. Hi friends, hi, thank you for watching. My name is Mia and this is my virtual vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we're quite critical of it. And today I am doing something that I told myself that I should do for months and I kept procrastinating it. And the way that I procrastinate reviews, it's as if someone told me to take a math test or something. Like I keep postponing them, I keep doing more and more looks for the sake of accuracy and just showing people why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. And when it's like mainstream brands, by the time I made up my mind, it's no longer relevant. So thank God for indies always being there. So today I want to be talking about this array of shadows from Glamshop. These were done through 2 separate orders. I didn't have any issues with shipping or with how the shadows arrived. The order was quite fast, like I ordered in maximum a week. I had the shadows, even less, like the second order I think took like 4 days from Poland, where Glamshop is based, to Romania, where I live. There was quite a lot of hype regarding these shadows, and I'm not going to lie, YouTube made me buy these, as well as my friend Melissa, who does amazing swatches on Reddit. I have a few formulas to talk about here, and if I have looks, I will show you looks. I will be showing you swatches in just a second. I have one lonely matte because I just don't really buy matte single shadows. I have their duochromes. I have one multichrome. I have their newer pastel duochrome collection, pressed glitter, their holo eyeshadows, and then I've got some metallics. So I have quite an array of shadows to talk about. Without further ado, let me show you the swatches, and when we are done with the swatches, we are going to return and talk about my opinions on these shadows. Welcome back! I hope those swatches were relevant, elucidating, clear, enough for you to make your mind about how those eyeshadows kind of look swatched and on the skin, because on the eyes, for some of these, it's a different story. The only matte that I have, this yellow, I have had absolutely no problem with. Easy to blend, easy to layer with other shades. I really like it, no complaints there, but I don't have any opinions regarding their other mattes because I don't want to buy any. Their regular metallics, again, quite beautiful, but depending on the shade they can get quite chunky. So for example, this shade over here, which is called Chinese Silk, I finds to be quite, I wouldn't say chunky, but like loosely pressed. There is a bit of fallout even with my finger, but not on the eyes in the pan. On the eyes, I haven't encountered any fallout, which is like a blessing. Their duochromes I love, but the pastel ones in particular, so this, you should be a bit wary of because they tend to look a bit icy. Not necessarily in a bad way, so not ashy icy, but they all seem to have this flip that leans on the paler side, which, okay, they're pastels, but I sometimes don't feel that the swatches on the site match up with how they look on the eyes. Also, I feel continuously like Catfish can validate it with these pastels eyeshadows, because when I put them on the lids in front of my vanity, I'm like, oh, they're nothing special. It's just like a sort of tinted base and then the flip. And then I go into sunlight, or I take pictures with them, or I look at them in the office bathroom mirror light, which we all know makes the eyeshadow look great. I don't know what kind of witchcraft happens in those lights. So I'm of two minds regarding this pastel formula. The regular duochromes I absolutely adore. I love that most of them have a bit of a translucent base. They're not fully opaque, so they can be used as both lid shades and toppers, and there is so much variety that you can have with them depending on which mattes you are using as a base. So for example, they're all so multi-dimensional depending how you construct a look around them. I am very, very impressed. The pressed glitter is a pressed glitter, I'm not really an expert on pressed glitters. This one is in Virus. It's really beautiful, it's really multi-dimensional, it didn't irritate my eyes, it stayed really well on with both regular primer, I used the Milani primer, as well as the NYX glitter glue. Some glitters that I've used, they just kind of flake and cry down your eyes. This is fine, I really enjoyed that. Not going to use it on a daily basis because I fear glitter. Like, I'm blind as a bat as is. I really don't need to poke a cornea out, but for Instagram looks, lovely. Let's talk their special shades, the multichrome and the holos. The multichrome multi has been discontinued, but I'm not going to buy any more multichromes from them anyway. I don't enjoy the formula of this. It feels compact and oily at the same time, and you have to pick up quite a bit on your brush or on your finger to make a difference. It has a beautiful shift, but it does tend to look a bit muddy unless you baby it, and I think it's because it's one of those multi-chromes with a dark base as opposed to a translucent or a colorful base. If you want more info on which multichromes are great, go watch Back to the Brows, Millie's channel. She's a multichrome queen and she knows more about them than I ever will. For me, this taught me that I'm more of a duochrome girl. I just cannot be bothered with triochromes, multichromes. I don't have the lid space for them, frankly. I can't do them justice. Their holo formula were very beautiful swatch. It's just the chunkiest thing that I have ever seen. It's similar to Bernovich's holo formula, where it's very beautiful and it's pretty for looks, but I feel it so heavy on the lid that it's not something that I would wear on the daily. Also, it looks best in low light conditions, like a candlelit dinner or a party or something. I wouldn't call these for me everyday shades, and I'm pretty bold with my makeup. Like, I would wear this to work. Overall, I just don't like the formula of these. I don't like that I can feel them on my lids, and I don't generally have a lot of sensory issues like that. They're just so thick, and that's not the kind of thick that I want on my face, I'm just saying. Overall, I feel that Glamshop does absolutely beautiful duochromes and does absolutely beautiful topper shades. I like the glitter if you're into the glitter. I would not recommend them for the multichrome. I wouldn't recommend you buy those holo shadows unless you go completely fairy sparkly wild in your daily life. If you don't care about them feeling heavy on your lids, or if you do pictures, then yeah, sure, go ahead. They're very beautiful for Instagram pictures. Props are due. The pastel shades, find looks online and make a list based on what you see you like in looks, because the swatches, as I said, can be a bit deceiving. Overall, I feel that they are an amazing European indie brand. I love finding brands that are close to home. I love supporting, you know, the local European economy. Poland is our neighbor, you know, some neighborly love, neighborly indie eyeshadow love. I do recommend them. Bernovich are still my favorite. I feel that Bernovich is a bit more impactful than these are. Also, a lot of people mentioned that some shadows from Bernovich are dupes of shadows from Glamshop, or like vice versa. Search online if you already have some Bernovich shadows so you don't get yourself dupes. I know I did that because I care about my money and I don't want dupes in my collection, so there is that. If you've tried Glamshop shadows before, please let me know your opinion down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing morning, evening, second breakfast, third lunch, or whatever it is you're from. Bye!